Here we go today with another training to help you sell and grow online. My name is Razvan Chirodea and I'm the founder of Razvan Chirodea Academy, the home of digital entrepreneurs and people that want to build successful businesses online and make a full-time income remotely from anywhere in the world. Today, in this training, I have one of my students with me, our amazing Awilda, and she will join me here in this training to share with you the secrets that she discovered inside our academy that took her business from struggling from zero to generating over $17,000 in 38 days online. And we are going to debunk some myths from our space and share with you the secrets to help you take your business to the next level. Before we invite Awilda here with me, I want to take a moment and let you know that this is the second training we are doing together. We had one on September 3rd, 2025. And at the time I'm recording this training with Awilda, it's October 3rd, 2025. So it's exactly 1 month in between. And if you haven't seen the first video, I'm going to pop this video up. And after you watch this one, you can go ahead and watch the other one. There we tap into more details about her story, about how she got started, what she found in her previous program online, and what took her business to the next level. And in today's training, we want to focus more on pure strategies, on what is important for you to grow online, to get clients, and to achieve your financial goals. All right? We're going to take a moment to say a short prayer. As always, this is how we keep things inside the academy, and then we're going to get started. Dear Heavenly Father, in Jesus' name, I come to you and I thank you for this wonderful day. I pray for everyone watching this training to help them achieve their goals professionally and personally, to touch their heart, bless themselves and their families, pour your abundance, prosperity, protection, and mercy upon them. And may your name be glorified in everything we do. In Jesus' name, we prayed. Amen. Awesome. Let me invite Awilda here with me and let's get this training started. Hi, Awilda.
Hi.
And welcome back to our training series.
Thank you.
Great to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you for taking the time to join me. And we're going to keep things chill as we always do, and share with people your story. You know, for the members that are seeing this training for the first time, that are seeing you and me for the first time, let's tap into your story a little bit. Can you share with our members what got you started online? What have you done before starting online? And what was your journey before you joined the academy?
Thank you. So yes, I started my business about 7 months ago. And when I started, I really started like most people, wanting more financial freedom and time freedom. I have 2 small daughters, and I wanted to spend more time with them. So I started this online journey with absolutely zero social media presence. I had no social media accounts. I had no idea what anything was. So I had to kind of learn how to use social media. And I started with a different program. It was a program that kind of fostered the strategy of you had to constantly be posting viral content and mirroring viral content. And you had to post multiple times a day, do test reels. It was just overwhelming, especially for somebody who didn't understand what was going on.
So just to clarify, just let me take a moment.
Yeah.
You literally, just to help members understand, you literally started with zero experience online. This was the first time you started an online business.
Yeah.
And what exactly are you have? Like, I know, but let's let our members know about this too. Do you have a job? Are you doing this full-time online? What is the situation there? And yes.
No, sure. No, so I am full-time employed person. So I work a 9 to 5, and this was a way to kind of supplement income for my family and hopefully become, full-time business that I could slowly move away from my full-time 9 to 5. But yeah, this definitely was a side business that I was trying to open.
I also remember you told me, we have addressed this in the other training, about your dream, but we're going to get to that one a little bit later with the story with your daughters. After you started seeing results online, we're going to get there in a moment. So you started online with the other program. What exactly was, just in a couple of words, what exactly was the experience there? What did you learn? What have you been told to do? And what was the outcome that you got?
Yeah, so basically the philosophy is to mirror viral content, right? So you do a lot of research trying to find viral reels in your niche, and then you're supposed to mirror them exactly, post it, and do this multiple times a day. And in the beginning, it sounded like, okay, this is a pretty straightforward process. But what, you didn't realize, or at least I didn't, was how time consuming and difficult it was to do that. Especially
what exactly was time consuming? What exactly? Which
doing
aspect?
the research and just finding something that I could resonate with, right? Because to copy someone else or to mirror someone else, it didn't feel authentic. So for me, it was a real struggle. I had no idea who I wanted to mirror, let alone say the words that they were saying and make them sound genuine. They weren't my words.
Yes. And how did it make you feel when you realized that so many other people are saying the same things, actually? So it's not just you mirroring viral content, but other people as well. What exactly are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it kind of felt like I was screaming into the void, right? Like I was posting so much content and literally getting no views, definitely no comments, because it's the same content over and over again. Just
Did you
someone
actually
else doing
post
it.
it like 3 times a day as well? Did you?
I did
Okay.
the 3 times a day posting, and I also did the trial reels, which is its own beast. So you're
Yes,
doing slight variations and testing it and trying to
exactly.
get a further reach.
Exactly.
And you're spending hours. I mean, at least for someone who's not tech savvy like me, trying to paste together reels to mirror someone else, it just felt so daunting and
All right.
overwhelming. And
Yes.
then for no views.
Yes, it's you reach a point where it's discouraging putting in the effort, putting in the time, doing the sacrifices from, let's say, you decide to invest into your business, not spending time with your daughters, and then you still don't see the fruits of your labor. It is tough to keep on going. This is exactly what what someone just told me now after doing this, pretty similar, in the same situation that you are, and someone else. They told me the same thing after doing this for a couple of months. Now it's tough to keep up the motivation and the enthusiasm and the confidence after you see that you're not getting results. What was the exact moment that you hit the wall and and almost like made you rethink whether or not you want to do this? And how did things go after that?
Yeah, I think the turning point for me was when my daughters told me, "Mommy, you're not fun anymore. You're always on your phone. You're not paying attention to us." And that broke my heart, because at the end of the day, this was supposed to be something to supplement our income and to give me time freedom to spend more time with them. So the last thing I wanted to do was be completely consumed with my cell phone. And that's honestly what it was. It was constantly checking to see if people were, seeing my reels, if they had made any comments. Every single ping that my phone would do, I jumped to think, is it a sale?
Because your phone was turned on, right? The notifications were turned on.
All the notifications were turned on. So yeah, I knew something needed to change, or I was going to have to give up on the idea of this business.
Do you remember in one of our coaching sessions when I told you we gotta turn the notifications off? You work on your business on your own times, not when people send you messages. You don't need to jump right away. And then when you got the clear action plan and you had like fixed schedule, you knew exactly what to do. How did that make you feel? Because I remember your reaction.
I was thrilled. Like, I honestly thought in order for this business to work, I needed to be 24/7 on. Like, I thought the business would fail if I ever turned it off. So when you gave me the green light to be like, no, it's a business. Businesses don't operate 24/7. You have
It was
a
like a
right
release,
to,
like, whew.
whoa, it was so refreshing. I was like, really? And yeah, I actually now, once we implemented all the strategies that you gave me, and I'm so thankful to them, I have my time back. It's only a certain amount of hours that I devote to it. I do all my steps and I'm done.
Exactly. All right. So eventually we met online, and what happened after that? What was your journey after that?
So I joined your boot camp.
All right.
And the boot camp was sensational. I loved from day one that I was able to take your teachings and apply them to my job starting from day one. So it
You were
wasn't,
very disciplined, showing up. Our bootcamp is also action oriented. So it is not designed just to give you knowledge that you do nothing with it. We give the strategies and the secrets, and then it's action oriented. We have tasks at the end of each session that you apply to build on the bricks and to make progress, to make sales and grow. I remember you were disciplined, and then eventually you can share with us what happened after that.
So yeah, I joined your program, and after that, my business just, it did a 180. I started to see sales, a couple of days in, I had already made a couple of sales, and by 38 days in, I had made over 17,000 in sales.
Yes, exactly. It's been 38 days after joining the academy. You already had multiple high ticket sales, and you generated in total of $17,000. I even have the number here: $17,853 dollars in 38 days. But I want to stay a moment here. And first of all, before we do this, do you mind if I turn on the music a little bit just in the background to have an ambiental music? Let's just put a little bit. Okay, yeah. It almost feels like when you go out and you have a friendly chat with someone, and there's a little bit of just ambiental music playing in the background. So let's take that moment when you were faced with a decision whether or not you're going to continue with the strategies that you were doing for months that got you no results, or you join my coaching program and you make the investment. What have you been going through then? Because many people will relate with what you have been going through, that moment of decision. Do I invest in my business despite the fact that you haven't been getting results for the last 6 months? You are making another investment in yourself. How did you overcome those fears? Because these are normal things that people are going through. It's absolutely normal when you make these decisions. What exactly did you feel, and how did you overcome that?
I think it was exactly what you said. The word is invest, right? So I didn't see it as a purchase and that I wasn't going to see a return on. And I had to make a choice, right? I could have thrown in the towel and, then I would have lost the investment that I made in the previous program because I made $0 with it. Or I could trust that this desire that I have in my heart, because, I do believe that God puts in us these little seeds, right, that we're supposed to nurture and blossom into something. So I don't think that the desire to start a business was the wrong one. I just think I had the wrong program. So I had to come to terms with this was an investment, and I had to have faith that my investment would come back to me. Like I would get a return on my investment. So yeah.
And I want to stay here too also, because you did say something here super important. I'm actually going to, let's say, challenge myself here in this case, because we do have guarantees in our academy. People that ask me about this, I always tell them the strategies that we use are not based on algorithm. We're going to get there in a moment, but they are 100% in your control. It's not based on you create content and you hope it's going to perform. No, regardless of views, regardless of size of your audience, If you do the work, you can control the strategies, the traffic. You will generate sales opportunities, and you're going to make sales. And I tell people, if you're 100% committed to make this work and you will implement my strategies consistently, and you are going to show up to the meetings to ask questions whenever you face a challenge or a roadblock or an obstacle, to let us know that you need help, we are here to support you, and you're going to get results. In your case, what exactly gave you the guarantee, or what exactly made you feel convinced that yes, this is going to work out for you despite of the previous experience, and that you had this faith? How did you overcome that?
I think what really helped me was the fact that you gave me back control on the results, right? I'm literally in the driver's seat of my business now. I'm not at the whim of the algorithm. It doesn't matter, the content. Yes, obviously put content forth that is the best of my ability, but it's not the be all and end all. So it took all that pressure off, because I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I don't like being in the spotlight. For me, it's really hard.
Yes.
So yeah, you gave me back control over my business, and you gave me actionable steps that I knew I could apply. So there was no way that I was going to fail. So I really did feel like I was guaranteed results. It was just a matter of implementing.
Yes. Talking about this, let's just say something that people are going to relate. We do remember in our last weekly call when I analyzed your content and I asked you, why are you keeping the phone down and not straight to your face, and then it's exactly what you're saying, that you are an introvert and it's difficult a little bit to kind of like be in the spotlight. And yes, we are tailoring the action plan based on your personality, based on your values. And yes, we want you to feel comfortable with what you're doing. Something I want to ask you, how comfortable do you feel to show up and ask questions in our weekly calls, in our community? Do you feel judged? Do you feel scared that you're going to be maybe, well, let's just say there are other programs that when people ask questions, they get answered, but they are bullied back. They are kind of like, they are feeling guilty that they even had the courage to ask questions, and mention the fact that it's not working, that the strategy they've been told to follow is not working. How comfortable do you feel? How confident do you feel about doing that?
No, 100%, because I've been on both sides of that. The program that I was in before, I never raised my hand to have my content reviewed by the mentor, because everyone that did would get berated and told that they weren't following the directions, or that it was garbage, or they weren't doing it correctly. And I was scared. So I was like, no, I'm not going to put myself out there. So I wasn't getting the help that I needed because I was scared.
Yes.
But in your program, I'm not scared at all. I mean, I send messages through Slack, and I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to get the support that I need immediately.
And even if you know that, because I always, pretty much always, let's say in most cases, we never really analyze someone's content without asking for their permission, and if we do analyze, before we put it on the screen, we ask, do I have your permission to put it on the screen? That if we put it on the screen and if we analyze the content, we're going to pick up some things what we can improve. How does that make you feel? Is that making you feel uncomfortable, or we do it in a way that it's actually empowering and it's like, oh yeah, thank you, I'm so happy actually that I put myself on the hotspot, so I can actually grow?
No, and it makes me feel good, because I know that when we do put anything out there that I've shared, it's an opportunity for other people to learn, and that makes me feel good because I'm helping somebody else who may have the exact same question.
Exactly.
So I don't feel judged. I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong. I just feel like, okay, I had this roadblock. Maybe somebody else has it. Let's share it and talk it out together, and we can all learn. So no.
And how many times it happens that we see in the comments our other students saying like, oh, I'm so happy to see that Awilda is going through this as well, because I'm learning so much from her journey. And right, it's amazing. Yes. So we have developed a learning and a growing culture where people feel comfortable putting themselves on the hot spot so they can actually fix their problems and grow. Let's talk about a little bit, with some of the things that, what have you discovered in the academy? What were the strategies or some, let's say, small bullet points that gave you this secret advantage in the market? Let's say our secrets. What secrets have you discovered in the academy that gave you the secret advantage? And then we are going to go into debunking some myths in our space.
I think just changing the perspective, right? Because I went from focusing 100% on content and virality and, having the perfect reels to actually focusing on buyers and just being able to make that switch. I don't care anymore as much about how many followers I have or how many views a particular reel took, because it's my voice. Right? Like all the content that I put out there is mine. It's from me. It's my experience. And, it resonates with, the people that it needs to resonate with, but it isn't the driving force anymore. And I think that has been the pivotal thing for me in my business.
Exactly. It's always like is the message, that you share. And then it's also the sales process that is in your control that you follow. And let's debunk some of the myths in our space, because I have to say, there are many programs out there. Most people online are actually struggling. This is how eventually they end up, they meet us and then they end up joining the academy to get results. And what is one myth that you learned in the academy that you can share, in this training with other members? I have it here as well, but I'm going to let you do this.
My favorite one.
First one. Yes, okay, go ahead.
My favorite one of all time. I don't need to post 3 times a day, multiple times a day. It just, once is enough. And exactly. Even, posting 3 times a week is enough, which for a busy mom who has a full-time job and, lots of obligations, that is so important to be able to know that you just post, a couple times a week and your business isn't going to die on the vine.
Exactly. And something that I have to tell you, most programs out there, and despite the fact that we know FTC has officially required everyone not to guarantee results, so like it's publicly out there, I often ask myself, like, what can I do if my methods are 100% in your control, and that if you actually apply them, you will get results. I tell people how things are, but most programs out there, they cannot guarantee results because they focus on content and their strategies are based on algorithm. And we know there are different types of traffic sources, and even organic traffic is divided into 2: algorithm dependent, where your traffic is based on algorithm, and proactive free traffic. And most programs focus on algorithm dependent traffic. They do the SEOs, the description, keywords, hashtags, and they hope that they're going to get a good outreach, they're going to get viewers. But it's not in your control. You control 50%, and the other 50% is controlled by the platform. And what we do here is that our primary traffic source is proactive free traffic, which is 100% in your control. So one of the things that we do different than other programs is that we don't compete on content like other programs. We focus on buyers. Can you share something about this, because I don't want to be the one like sharing the secrets. What can you share about not competing on content, but actually that what you learned, that to focus on buyers instead?
I think for me personally, like I said, I'm an introvert. I don't like being in the spotlight. I definitely don't like talking into a camera. So it gives me the opportunity to just engage in a real way with, with followers or with potential leads. And that really has changed how I do my business. I'm not worried about, an audience that I don't even know who's looking at my content
Like
and trying to
superficial,
figure out
right?
what they want.
Superficial.
Yeah, it's just like, it's so hard, especially nowadays with so much AI, so many faceless accounts, so many, it's overwhelming. So you feel like, I don't know who my audience is. So I don't have to think about that here. That's gone. It's just, I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my truth. I'm sharing my journey.
Exactly.
This is what's really happening in my life and in my business. And when people come to me, it's because they're genuinely interested, and I can engage because they're my people.
Exactly. So you are actually, with other words, you learn how to build authentic relationships and a loyal following. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality in your audience that is growing your business.
Right.
Another myth in our space is that, followers matter, right? All these metrics that are these vanity metrics that are visible to people at the first sight, followers, views, comments, another myth or another myth is that you need a big following and you need a lot of views to make sales. And this is what other programs teach also. What we do different in the academy is that, again, we don't focus on followers, views, and not even freebies and leads, that never end up buying. We focus on buyers. We focus on pulling in daily sales from strangers that didn't know you 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
What can you share about this almost signature secret that you discovered in my academy following my methods? What can you share about the size of your audience, the viewers, followers?
My views range from, 200 to maybe 500 per reel. And, I've got now almost 1,300 followers. And actually it's grown in your program. The last 60 days with your program, I have gained over 500 followers.
Amazing.
And it's from genuine interest in my kind of content, in hearing my voice and my experience, which has been wonderful. But yeah, the vanity metrics of like, I must have thousands of followers for someone to, trust me and buy from me. It just isn't a thing. You know what I mean? It isn't what I'm worried about. And when I post about my sales, people come to me because they're asking me like, your reels are around 200 and 500, and yet you're making these huge sales. How? And they want to know how, which, I'm happy to share the information about our program. But yeah, it just takes away all that pressure because I mean, I did it for 5 months and not one reel ever went viral. And I was mirroring other people's
viral content, right?
I was literally spending hours and hours hunting for virality and never came. So yeah, not necessary.
Yes. And it's interesting when you see people like coming to you and actually they, let's say, judge the book by the cover. They see your profile, and then it doesn't make sense in their mind. Like, how did you make so much money? Actually, you only have like, did you say like 1,300?
Yeah, that's
and then they're like, it doesn't. But that's the beauty of it. This is what happens when you focus on buyers and you have a loyal audience.
Yeah. And I mean, I was there. I had that same mentality where it's just like, you need to have thousands of followers because the people that are making the big ticket sales have, all these followers, and, they put on this persona, like, this is what you need to be at in order to compete. But that's just not true.
Exactly. And this is my favorite one. Is that content. Let's tell people, let's tell our viewers, everyone watching this, content doesn't make you sales. There is this false belief that I often ask people, when they come to me and they say, they've been doing this for so long, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, and they don't make sales. They barely get leads, or if they get leads, they don't convert. And one question that I ask them is, how does your action plan look like? What exactly do you do? So they start saying, I'm posting content, I'm posting stories, so they post content on their feed, they post stories, and pretty much that's it. They focus on finding, viral content, and then they engage too, with other people, and that's it. And then I tell them, like, content doesn't make you sales, and that they have an incomplete action plan to grow their business and achieve their goals. What can you share about this? What can you share about the income generating activities? What did you learn in the academy? Because I want you to give away the secrets from our academy. What can you, exactly. What can you share about the 6 income generating activities, and what is it content designed for?
Content is just an opportunity for you to engage, right? It's just one of the ways that you can engage with your audience. But I know that before I had, an account on TikTok, I had Facebook, I had Instagram, and I was posting all over the place, and it was just too much. So I actually silenced a lot of that noise, and I only focus on IG. I shut down my TikTok account.
Like one platform, right? There is a golden rule, one offer, one audience, one platform, and then once you start growing, we build up in layers.
Because it isn't about the content, and I think that is the part that so many people are focused on, and it's just like, it's not going to speak for you. You have 7 seconds, and there's no way that you're going to make the money that you want to make off of a 7-second reel. Even if you talk for 2 minutes, you're just not going to do it.
And when you think about it, there are over 1 billion pieces of content posted daily on Instagram, for example, on TikTok as well. And if you are competing on content, there is always someone else that is creating better content than you, with more skills about this, with more knowledge. Maybe they've been through the film, school or something. So yes, competing on content, you will always be running behind, other people. And content is just one part of the 6 income generating activities that we have to grow your business. There are 10. 4 of them are to maintain your account, your platform, your business. 6 of them are income generating activities, and you need to focus on all 6 all 6 of them together at the same time, in order to generate income. And content is only one of them. And if you leave out the other 5 pieces and you focus only on content, you have an incomplete action plan, and that's why it's not working out. And also, yes, content is not designed for sales. Content is designed to attract and to nurture your audience. I do have a final question as we are slowly coming to an end with this training. There are also other programs online. There are also other, there is a lot of noise always. There are a lot of new trends coming and going, right? Mm-hmm. What can you share about other misbeliefs and the things that you see in the space that are not accurate with what you discovered in the academy, that got you results?
I have seen a lot of chatter about, blocking out the noise for a full year and just focusing, on a particular program to get stuff done. And to anybody who's watching, I would say,
what's the motto actually? What's the motto?
It's 1 year It's something like 1 year and 1 lockdown to get the success that you want. It's basically isolate yourself. So you have to be super hyper focused on what you're doing in order to succeed. And to anybody who's watching and who's struggling silently, I would just say, have some caution with that. You should never be told to isolate yourself from the business, because this business is constantly evolving.
Yes.
And you need to have a pulse as to what's working, what's not, what needs to be tweaked. And we can always help each other and grow. And anything that tells you otherwise, you should be cautious of. That's
Exactly. This is what we tell people in the academy also. Like 1 year, you always want to have like 1 year out there in the market to know exactly what's happening, what are the market cycles, so you can actually adjust, evolve, implement the new strategies and grow. Because if you isolate yourself, you are going to be left behind if you are not aware of what's going on around you. So yes, this is a super example of, staying aware of what's going on around you. And if things don't, I always tell people this, on average, about 4 weeks, so about a month, 4 weeks on average, 4 to 6 weeks, it is enough time to see if the strategy that you are following is actually working, or if you need to tweak some things, if you need to look into some things, to take the glass like Sherlock Holmes, take the loop, and then you start looking into why are things not working. If you've been doing this for like 3 months, 6 months, and so on, and you're still not seeing progress, you're getting little to no results, and you're not, growing at all, then you either, if you keep doing you need to change something, or else if you keep doing the same things again and again and again, you're going to get the same results again and again and again.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you from my experience in the past program, I did everything that I was told to do. And I spent 5 months in a loop with no results whatsoever. So yeah, the only thing that I wish is that I had taken action, that I had followed my gut when I saw that it wasn't working. Because it's okay to pivot in this space.
Yes.
You need to pivot.
Like, what can you share? Should people feel guilty? Because there is this feeling often, what are they going to say if I move away from their program? People start to feel guilty. People start to feel, at the end of the day, it's your business, is not theirs. So what can you share about this with people watching this?
I mean, you just have to think about how you're being treated, right? Like if you've purchased a program and they were attentive all the way up until you gave them your credit card information, and then you're left to fend for yourself, and you're left to figure it out on your own, and you're left with tons of content and no one can answer any of your questions. Don't waste your time.
That's terrible.
It's just don't waste your time. And I can tell you, I purchased high ticket. I had purchased low ticket. I had tried so hard to get some kind of movement in my business. And, to anybody who is struggling, you need to find a space where you are heard, your questions are answered, you're treated with respect, and that you can have your authentic voice, because this isn't going to work if you can't have your own voice.
Exactly. It's your brand. And this is what makes you different. Your voice is one of the few pieces that you have in your arsenal that makes you different and separates you from everyone else. For everyone, being on the edge, maybe watching our trainings, watching our content, watching your content, how do you find our expertise and coaching program? My expertise, my coaching, my approach also, to in addressing issues on, in the relationship with our clients or with yourself. And yes, to whom and what would you recommend someone, that want to join us and want to work with us? What would you tell to this person?
I would say to anybody who's thinking of doing digital marketing or want to start a business, that this is the right place to start. Hands down. Hands down.
Why? Let's just
why.
Let's just give details.
The biggest why is, you guys make a space where you're open to questions, and you just don't leave the person to fend for themselves. Like for me personally, like I mentioned, I had zero social media presence. I don't know this online space. So I needed support. And yes, although there's fabulous trainings and content in the academy, you guys answer the questions immediately and give us actionable steps that we can apply. So we're not lost in, all these trainings and spending hours trying to educate ourselves. Because for a lot of people, at least, moms that I know that want to come online and start making money, we don't have hours to devote to this. We need something actionable. We need something quick. We need something that we can put in place and that can start generating income. And this program does that beautifully. Like the support that we get is incredible.
Thank you. And what about people that already have a business? They are not starting out. They already have a business and they are like unsure. They've been through multiple programs before. Why would they change? What can you tell to someone that is in this situation?
If you're struggling, you shouldn't give up. That's the number one thing. It's not you. It isn't you. It's never been you. It's just you're not armed with the right tools.
Yes.
So I think that's the number one thing. Don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on what it is that you want to achieve in the online space, because there's room for everybody and everybody can succeed online. It's just a matter of having the right tools in your arsenal to execute. And this program gives them to you and you can start implementing day one. And for me, it was yes, day one.
Because in our premium members, exactly what you have experienced, we don't send people to go and watch trainings for months and weeks and months in a row. We get you to taking action right away from day one, and this is what speeds up your results. This is our secret sauce, actually.
Yeah.
So
it is. And if your business is already up and running, the big thing that I loved was I didn't have to dismantle anything. I just had to fix and pivot, but I was able to keep my Instagram account. It wasn't that I had to start from zero with a new account and new content. No, keep going with what you have, but implement the new strategies. And
exactly,
it's dynamite.
Awesome. Awilda, it was great to have you here again to do this training together with you. We had our first one a month prior to this one. I'm seeing you weekly in our weekly coaching calls, and it was great to be here with you as well. I see my dog here starts to play in the room, and I think
I can hear him.
Yes, I think I need to give some time to her as well. Thank you a lot. Thank you a lot for your time.
Of course.
And I look forward to your journey further. I look forward to your growth. I look forward to helping you achieve your wildest dreams online and build your dream business. Thank you. And I will see you in our next sessions. Thank you.
Thanks.
Here we go with this amazing training with Awilda. You heard her story. In our first training, we went into more details about her story. In this one, we wanted to talk more about the secrets, the strategies, and also debunking myths from our space that are keeping you stuck. And we wanted to do this in order to help you grow and achieve your goals online. In our academy, as you heard Awilda, you are not just a number. You are a valuable member. We know who you are. We know your story, and you are important. So keep this in mind. And if you are someone looking to start an online business and you've been on the edge, you are seeing all this content on social media from other people, I know it's a lot of noise. and if you're looking to start online, to start on this journey, then we have free trainings in our community. I'm going to drop the link to join our community for free underneath this video. We have trainings that teach you how to start with high-ticket affiliate marketing. We have free trainings that show you how to start and grow an online business to 6 figures within 6 to 12 months. And I'm currently working also on another course that I'm going to put there for free that is going to teach you how to build your personal brand and become a content expert online to help you grow a business and achieve your goals. So join our community and watch our trainings for free. And if you are looking to accelerate your growth online and take your business to consistent $5,000, $15,000, $25,000 months and beyond that, then join one of our 5-day boot camps. I will drop the details to our 5-day boot camp in the description of this video as well. And if you already have an online business, but you're not happy with your growth, with the results that you're getting, with the attention and the support that you're getting in your program, if you're not happy with, if things don't work out the way you expected, then you need to make a decision. Either you continue with what you're doing now, and if you are stuck, continuing with what you're doing now is going to keep you stuck, because if you do the same things again and again and again, you're going to get the same results. Or you can decide to pivot, to learn new strategies, and to fix what's not working and take your business to the next level. And we have all the tools that you need inside our academy to take your business to consistent $25,000 a month and beyond that, to multiple 6 figures per year, and to help you build a successful online business, making money remotely from anywhere in the world. And the best place to start is by joining our 5-day bootcamp. It's an intensive 5 days, action-oriented, to help you grow and sell online. I'm going to drop an invitation to our 5-day bootcamp in the description of this video, and I look forward to see you there. It was great to have you here with us today. God bless you. Have an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing you in our next trainings. Let's go!